What's up, guys? Drew from DropvaulT here. I am riding up the mountain, heading towards Boone. This is going to be a response to Fire Guy's question that he left on one of my videos. Fire Guy's question was, how comfortable is your bike to ride long distance, and how reliable is your bike? That's a great question, Fire Guy. You know, you're actually the first person to actually suggest a topic in the comments. So I want to applaud you for that and even give you a free sticker. So, Fire Guy, shoot me a personal message. Give me your info where I can send you a DropvaulT sticker, and I'll get that thing shipped out ASAP. Now, as far as your question goes, I've been on a few semi-long trips and one decently long trip, and that was the trip from Hickory to just outside Atlanta, Georgia. I think it was, 4 hours or so. But as far as comfortable goes, it's a sports bike, so it's not the most comfortable thing in the world. But I think that it's all about you trying to find the most comfortable riding position for you, especially while cruising. Okay, right now I'm going, 58, so almost 60 uphill. It's a little bit of a windy road because I'm going up the mountain, but still, if I sit pretty much in an upright position, one hand on the throttle, no hand on the left handlebar, my left hand is propped against this leg, and my left leg is out a little bit. I'm kind of cockeyed to the left. This riding position is my most comfortable riding position. I can ride in this position for about an hour and a half before I really start to get tired, or my lower back starts to hurt, and then I just need to shift for a little while, and then I can go back to it. So it's really not that bad. The Georgia trip, the worst thing about it was that we left at 7, right at 7 in the morning. So this was before the time change, and the sun wasn't even up yet when we left, and it wasn't up for a good 30 minutes down the road. So it was cold. Like we stopped probably 4 times within the first hour and a half, just because our hands were so cold that we just had to stop and take a break. So it wasn't really that we were so uncomfortable that we needed to stretch our legs, but it was just the cold. So a lot of it's going to depend on weather conditions, time of day that you're riding. If you've rode all day before your long trip back, like say our trip down to Georgia wasn't bad. We rode with the group in Georgia, and then we had to ride all the way back. The ride back was killer. I mean, every time we stopped to get gas, we were down in goodies back and body, just to take the edge off. I got home at like 9:30, 10 o'clock, something like that, and I literally took off my gear and just laid on my bed and just passed out. I woke up in the same exact position that I remember myself laying down. I hadn't even touched my blankets or pillows or anything. I mean, I just passed out. So that trip, it really tested my boundaries as far as riding for an entire day. Another thing is when you're on a sports bike, you're in a pretty aggressive position. My knees are pretty getting pretty sore. But one thing that you can do on a sports bike or any motorcycle really is actually extend your leg out while you're riding, just for a second. And really that's all it takes to kind of stretch them out just a hair, take the edge off, and make it to the next stop. So any sports bike's not bad. Like I said, it's just going to depend on weather conditions, time of day, how long you've ridden that day, and then finding that comfortable position for you. Everybody's going to be different. You can try the one that I said. Some people like it the other way. Some people like to tuck their hand up under here and ride. Some people keep their back arched. Some people keep it straight. Some people sit up. It's like I said, it's personal preference. So once you find that position, it makes long distance rides a lot easier. And even, not even long distance rides, just any interstate or highway riding, you just pop yourself in that position and go. And you're close to all your controls. You can react pretty quickly if a situation comes about. So that never really worried me. So hopefully that answered your question, Fire Guy. Your first part of your question. The second part is, how reliable is this motorcycle that I'm riding? I've told you guys about it before. It's a 2002 Yamaha R6 with a couple modifications. It's not heavily modified. That was a nice car. It's not heavily modified, and I've had it for almost a year. All right, in that year, the only things that I've had to do to it are tires, okay, obviously, oil changes, okay, obviously, preventative maintenance, okay, obviously. The only thing major that I've done or had to do, I got the valves checked and adjusted. While they were in there, I had them replace the spark plugs, clean the carbs, and adjust the carbs and sync them. I've never had any issues out of this bike. None. And give me just a second here, get me through all these curves, and I'll see if I can get an exact reading on my odometer for you guys. $25,823 miles as of this second is the odometer reading for this motorcycle. That's pretty high for a motorcycle, okay? But this thing runs really strong. It pulls strong all the way to 16,000. It cruises fine. There's no abnormal noises. R6s are known to have that tick at idle. This one does have that. It's an R6. It's going to have that, but it's not bad. It's not as bad as some other R6s or some other motorcycles in general. So, in my opinion, this motorcycle is extremely reliable. I average 45 miles to the gallon. If I'm being good, if I'm not goofing off. It's extremely reliable. I've really enjoyed this motorcycle. So, Fire Guy, I hope that answers your questions. If you have any other topics that you want me to talk about, put them in the comments. Let me know. Go ahead and hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe to us. We're going to be putting out lots of content this summer. We're going to be doing all kinds of stuff. So I appreciate the view, and leave your comment down below.